Let's see. Catherine, can you do this for me? Catherine, are you there? Sophia, go ahead and do this.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Okay. Go ahead, Sophia.
The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma, and 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Good, that's good. So let's do 1 minute meditation together. Yeah. Keep your back straight, your neck straight, close your eye, inhale and exhale to the nose. You count 1, inhale and exhale to the nose, you count 2 and keep going. Now, all right, 1, 2, 3, started. There you go. Ethan, Patrick, turn on your webcam, go. No, yeah. Okay. So we will continue on our study. Yeah. I already briefly go through this one already. And now we will go into each one of this. I think at last time we did I talk about the mental formation yet? Oh, I'm still in the ignorant, right? Right, Adrian?
Yeah.
Okay. We got today we have some new people here, so I just want to make sure. Okay. So the ignorant, so ignorant is the first one we say God as a creator. Well, but in Buddhism, we believe that there are 7 properties. It creates all living things, both non-living being and living being. So we already went through this many times, right? So I don't want to touch base on this one more. Or maybe quickly go through this. I think it's many times already. That's okay. I don't want to go back too many times. Okay. And also the one who ignorant is, the second one is some other religion, they or some a lot of people do not believe in the law of cause and effect. Therefore, what happens if the person who do not believe in the cause and effect, what is is there any problem with that, Jaden?
Yeah, because then if they don't believe in cause and effect, then they don't believe that their actions have any like actual meaning.
So they that means they will, whatever they do, they will not consider about the consequence, right?
Yeah.
And that's very dangerous. So the people who do not believe in the law of cause and effect, then that means it's really bad, right? So it brings more harm to the people, to us. So this is not a good thing. And also there are some religion, they also believe that the law of cause and effect only 2 components instead of 3 components, cause and effect. That means whatever the cause we pray in the past, it will bring to the result. That means, let's say that you pray good cause, you will have good effect. You pray a bad cause, it will bring you the bad effect. Is there any problem with this? Sophia? Why yes?
The reason I work that long because I'm okay with whatever, and never. The phone number is.
Agent, what do you think?
I don't.
You don't know? Tell me. What do you think?
Why I believe in cause and effect is important.
No, some people only believe in the law of cause and effect, only 2 components, cause and the effect.
Is it because there's a condition?
Yeah, we in Buddhism, we have 3 components, cause, condition, and the effect, right? So what's wrong with the cause and effect by itself? No condition.
Because then if you're doing good things, then you're waiting for the effect to be good. But if the conditions aren't there, then that's going to be where you're lacking. So you have to understand condition 2, or else it's not an immediate cause and effect isn't always immediate, and you need to understand that so you continue to do good and not go back to doing bad because you didn't get the good results you think you should receive.
Well, in Hindus, they they have the case system, right? The case system. There are 5 different case systems. Last time I showed you that, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, so they believe that the Brahmin is the one who communicate with God, right? They are born from the forehead of the Brahmin. Okay, and the second one is the warrior or the ruler. Is they believe that they were born from the arm of the Brahmin, right? The Brahman. This one right here, the farmer and trader, trader and merchant, they believe that they were born from the thigh of the Brahma. And the labor or the servant, right? They believe that they were born from the foot, the bottom of the foot of the Brahma. And this one right here is our case. That means they are not belonging to this 4K. So what they believe is, due to the bad cause, they do whatever the cause, right? If they happen to be reborn into one of this class, they will stuck there forever for the rest of their life. They cannot move up let's say that if we happen to be born into the this one right here, the 4-1, we will be stuck in this level for the rest of our life. Whatever we do, right? The cost we do, it's only good for the future life, not for the intermediate in the current life. Is there any wrong with this? Is there anything wrong with this, Kathleen? Is there anything wrong with it?
I don't know.
If we, let's say that we were born into the poor family, can we say that we will be poor for the rest of our life?
No.
A lot of people, they become very rich, right? When they come from the poor family. A lot of heroes come from the poor family. So this is nonsense. The reason why they create this case system here, they want to control people. They are hungry for the power. Okay, this is the whole purpose up there. They want to control the people. The top want to control the bottom. So this is very discriminated. Okay, so the law of cause and effect, 2 component is not good enough. In Buddhism, the Buddha teaches us 3 components: the cause, the condition, and the effect. The cause, that means whatever we did in the past, we cannot change, we cannot undo. But the condition is whatever we do right now in this life, it is the condition, it's also the cause of the future, but also the condition of the current cause. So the cause plus the condition give us the effect. Does that make sense? So that means the one who, let's say that in the past we are very selfish, we don't do any giving, and in this lifetime we born out in the poor family. Yeah, but if this person try their best to pursue for education, and of course the government in the U.S. Will help the finance rates, right, for the poor kid, the poor kid in the poor for the kid in the poor family. So this person here be able to go to school, be able to become engineering, doctor, whatever. So basically, the condition is so important in Buddhism at the law of cause and effect. So bad cause doesn't mean that give us the bad effect. Good cause doesn't mean that give us the good effect. But in general, bad cause will lead us to the bad effect. Good cause will lead us to the good effect. The only exception here is sometimes they exception, that means if the person who try their best by creating the good condition, or the person who create a bad condition, right? That means it's the effect is different, right? But in general, bad cause leads to the bad effect, good cause leads to the good effect, because usually we go with the flow of in general, right? For example, who are born into the poor family, but if they don't have the way for them to move up, and they go with the flow, and they just they just do whatever they do, but they don't create any good condition, so they still receive the bad effect anyway. The third one here, greed and hatred, consider ignorant. For example, Putin, right? He very greedy. Due to his greedy, therefore, make him ignorant. Due to his ignorance, he willing to lie to the whole world that he will not invade the Ukraine, but anyway, he invaded. And due to his ignorance, that he killed so many people, include his, and he harmed his own country as well. That means his country got sanctioned and isolated from the whole world. So that means it's so opposite of the greed and hatred. No greed equal to generosity. That means given. No hatred equal to love and kindness. This makes us wisdom, right? The next one is lack of understanding the impermanence of the five aggregates: form, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness. You guys understand this thing? Let me show you here. I think I have to do something. Okay. Okay, let me show you quick here. I thought I have it. Did I don't know, I saved it or not, but anyway. Okay, in Buddhism, there's some Buddhist term you need to know. Five aggregate. Or five skandhas. Form. Okay. Define our body and mental. What are they? One, form. This is called physical form. I mean physical body. Second, feeling. Third, perception. Four, mental formation. Five, consciousness, or we call alaya consciousness. Okay. Usually, we do not aware of our physical body is impermanent. Do we aware? Justin, do we aware of our physical body is impermanent?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Like our physical body?
Yeah.
Yes, we should be aware.
No. Do we usually aware of it?
Not really, I guess.
No, we do not, right? Why? Because let's say that if someone says something that, okay, if someone that try to, let's say that when we get, let's say that when we aging, right? We feel suffer. Why? Because we are attached to our beauty, to our body, right? When we get sick, therefore we also suffer because we attach to our body and we think that our body never gets sick, right? and eventually it dies, right? So therefore, because the body have to go through birth, aging, sickness, and death. This is called impermanent. But we do not aware of impermanence of the body. Therefore, anything change to our body, we suffer. Any attachment to the body, we suffer. What about feeling? Feeling, we have, okay, body, we have birth, aging, sickness, and what about feeling? We have 3 types of feeling. 3 types of feeling. What are they? Happy, suffering, neither happy, no suffering. Why? Okay, why the happy feeling can cause her suffering? Patrick.
Yes.
Why the happy feeling can also cause us suffering?
Because maybe when the happy feelings stop happening, everything goes bad for you.
Oh, everything go bad. Yeah, if we attach to our happy feeling, right? When the happy feeling gone, we suffer because they come and go, right? They don't stay with us forever. Okay, what about neither? Okay, suffering is easy, right? Because we already suffer. What happens if you attach your suffering emotion, right? You get more suffering. What about neither happy and no suffering? Why this cause us suffering when we attach to this thing? Why? Any idea? Ethan.
Yes.
Why when we attach to neither happy and no or, right? Or, right? Neither or, right? No, neither and no suffering. Why? Why will you attach to that? That will cause us suffering.
Because it causes us to have pleasure. So like we kind of just indulge in it.
Why? One more time. I could.
Since like happiness causes us pleasure, so like basically that's why we grow attached to it.
No, but neither happy, no suffering. That means you don't feel happy, you don't feel suffering. This is the state of the mind you have. But why, when we in that mind state, it also causes suffering?
Maybe it's because like we can't have like happiness or suffering.
Tell me, what do you think?
Like since like if we're neither happy or not suffering, I guess like we would desire the feeling of being happy or like, you know, the feeling of being suffering.
Good, thank you. Tell me, what do you think?
So that's what neither having happy nor suffering is what we want to have.
Is that a good state to be in?
Well, as long as you're having feelings, because we've talked about before, people that don't have, any kind of emotion, they're the psychopaths. So you want to have emotions, but you don't want to swing from happy to suffering either. So when you're happy, you want to recognize that, you're going to be coming back down, so you don't swing from happy to suffering.
Yeah, when the people in this situation, it means that do you think that they have motivation to do anything?
No, they're the ones that are just kind of numbed out.
Okay, they don't have any motivation to do it, to do anything. And usually the people in this state, this is the one who have depression. Okay, they are numb because they are locked them. They don't open their heart to other people, right? And they are isolated and they are really in trouble. So that is not a good thing. Okay. Perception, that means the way we perceive, the way we think. So basically the feeling is also impermanent because they come and go. Therefore, it's impermanent. Impermanent, that means it keeps changing, right? It won't stay forever. It won't last forever. Therefore, any attachment to the feeling is also causes suffering. What about the perception? Perception. Why the thinking? Why the thinking it make us suffering when we attach to it? Kevin. Kevin? Where are you? Vivian. Catherine. Ethan, call your sister. Justin, what do you think?
What was the question again?
Perception.
Perception.
Why we attach to, when we attach to the perception, it's cause us suffering. Why?
Oh, because if we're too focused on what we see in front of us, we might we might be blind to other things.
Jaden, what do you think?
So for attachment to perception causing us suffering, honestly, I think that having an attachment to I can't tell how to describe it, but focusing attachment is about focusing too much on something. So focusing too much on one thing causes us to drown the other parts of our life out, like Kevin said.
Okay. Ethan, what do you think? Ethan,
Yes.
what do you think? Why when we attach to our thinking out to the way we perceive, that make us suffering?
We're attached to the way we think because it causes us suffering because I would say since if we think about positive things, we're always gonna be thinking about those positive things. But if we're gonna think about suffering, it's gonna bring the opposite.
Well, even though you attach to the positive thing, is that good?
No, it's not always good because you have a false perception of reality of what's happening around you.
Okay. Adrian.
If you don't have if you only focus on your views, you probably, your perceptions sometimes not correct. which could be lead to ignorance.
What happened if someone have a different view than us? What do you think? Is that a good thing?
I mean, everyone has different opinions, but you have to hear it and process it before you can actually like well, if you just only think yours is always correct, then you would think everyone else is wrong.
Look
because
at
you're
Putin,
different.
right? Look at Putin. What did he do? He always think that he always right? And he never listened to anyone below him. And he never want to hear any bad news. He only want to hear good news. And what does that mean? The people work for him. Do you think they will report the bad news to him?
No.
I don't think so. If they do, it will cost their life. Right? They could be killed, to tell the truth. And therefore, the people report to him only give him the good news. But you know what? Those good news, did that tell you the truth? No. They tell you all the false information. He don't have the accurate information because they want to make him happy. This is ignorant, right? So because he holding on his own view, his own perception, and he doesn't want to accept any other people have a different view than him. He will not only make himself suffering, he make other people suffer as well. So Putin is very good example for the related to perception. Okay, so it's an important thing. The mental formation, this is a little bit tricky, but I will explain in a way that you can understand. Because when I learn about Buddhism, the mental formation for the 5 etiquette, it confused me a lot. Not only myself, but many people confused about this one. The mental formation in the 5 etiquette is different from the 12 link. Even though they call the same name, but they are different meaning. They don't have the same meaning. The mental formation in the 12 link, it means the karma related to the mind, the mouth, and the body. We learn about that, which produce 10 good deeds or 10 bad deeds. But the mental formation in the 5 etiquette, this is what does it mean? I will take time to explain to you so you understand. You see the 8 consciousness, right? The 5 consciousness is the one that dealing with the outside world. That's how we take in the information. And the 6 consciousness, that means the brain, it will process the data that's taken in, right, from the outside. And that's why one, the mind consciousness, that means the brain processes. That means the eye be able to distinguish what he sees. The ear can be able to distinguish what he hears. The nose can be able to distinguish what the smell is, the tongue and the body. Without the mind process the data, all these things here cannot be able to distinguish. That means when the mind be able to process the data inside the short-term memory, that means that it will produce the eye consciousness. That means the eye be able to distinguish the data that he sees. It will create the ear consciousness. That means the ear be able to distinguish the data he hear, the sound that he hear. The same thing, the nose consonant, and the same with the tongue consonant and the body consonant. That means when we touch, we can feel hot, cold, or whatever, soft, comfortable, not comfortable. This is the body consonant, be able to distinguish when the mind process the data. And any data, right, coming from the outside world, it will process as well. So the mana consonant will wrap the data from the short-term memory, because the mana consciousness is the one that attached to the content, the data inside the alaya consonant. It is the storehouse consonant. It stores everything that we take from the outside. Whatever we do, it will store in here. It becomes the power of karma. So the mana consonant, it represents the emotional affliction. They have another name they call emotional. Why they have an emotional affliction? Because it's self-delusion. That means we recognize the five etiquette at I, me, right? For example, when we go back here, this is my body. This is my feeling. This is my perception. This is my thinking. If anyone have a different thinking than mine, I will fight for it. That's like Putin. Okay, what about the mental? That's why this one will cause us, they call it self-delusion. Self-view, that means just like the perception, right? When we have our own view and we uphold the view, the way that we perceive, the way we understand, we holding it, and we don't want to accept anyone have different view than us. This is called self-view. Self-pride, that means I am the best, no one else is the best. Self-love, what does that mean? One day the queen asked the king that, do you love me? The king said, yes, I love you so much, just like I love my own body. And the queen said, oh, really? What happened if someday I have some affair with other men? What are you going to do? I will kill you. And you know what the queen said? Oh, Majesty, you love yourself, you don't love me. So when we say that we love someone, we love with the condition. This is the self-love. Does it make sense? Self-love, that's what it's self-love about. Okay. Therefore, in anything like this is the self, that means it will make us very suffering. That's why it will cause the emotion. And that's why we call the emotional affliction. Okay. Now, let's say that if a person who have a habit of angry, right? He very easy to get angry. What does that mean? That means inside the alaya consciousness, he have a lot of data related to the angry or resentment. It's in here. He store all those things in here. But this in here, we call the subconsciousness. That means the data in here is not yet become materialized. Right? Let's say that one day someone yell at us, right? Or condemn us for something that we do not do, right? Our ear contact the angry voice. Our eye contact the person, the physical person, right? So our mind will pay attention to that physical person appearance. We also pay attention to the angry voice. And those data will be loaded inside the short-term memory. And mana consonant will wrap the data here. And therefore, because this data already have the emotional related, so this one will become emotional affliction. And it will put the data in here to get more detailed data about the angry boy. So if he have a lot of angry shit in here, right? The resentment in there, those data he will get it, right? And the data will move to, will pass back to here. And this one will give to the mind consonant. And the mind consonant will load that data, right? So that means from here, the data is that that is still the subconsonant. You don't see it material, but one is low into the short-term memory. You will see that our face, when we get angry, right? Our face become very hot, right? We can feel the heat of the face on our face, and our body it's shaking. That means our hand holding the fish, our body is shaking. That means the shit, that the resentment or the angry shit in here in the alaya consonant, the okay, the angry or the resentment in the alaya consciousness. Now, when they go to once it's loaded into the mind consonant, short-term memory, right? Hold on. Then you will see that the change in our body, right? That means our face, we can feel the heat on our face. Our body is shaking. And this thing here, now the data from the alaya now become materialized. This is data, I mean angry, it become materialized. This is what we call, mental formation. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. Sophia, you understand this?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yes, it makes sense.
Ethan, does it make sense to you?
Kind of.
Kind of?
Yeah, I don't really understand it that much.
Huh? What?
I don't really have a good idea of it.
Justin, what do you think? Do you understand it?
Yeah. Yes, I understand.
When the angry or resentment sit inside the alaya, this is the storehouse, right? Of consciousness.
Yeah.
So inside the storehouse consciousness, it becomes the subconscious. It's not yet materialized, but one is in our memory, in our brain, inside the memory, it becomes materialized to our face and our body. That's what the mental formation is, more into emotion. Okay. And and remember this thing here, all the data inside the Alaya consonant is impermanent. They are not. If we attach to any kind of those, we suffer. And the consonant is Alaya consonant. That means all the data, right? It becomes the stream of consonants. Of concept. Consonants, just like a river. The water flow in the river. Alan, does that make sense to you?
Sent to me what?
All the things that we talked, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this recorded, so I get to remember what to type.
Okay. So all this, okay. The Alaya consonant is the stream of the consonant. That means it keeps flowing and it will not stay the same. They always change. That means our mind, right? We keep thinking. And those data come from the Alaya consonant. It constantly come and go. If we attach to those things, we suffer. Just like the Mana consonant attached to the Alaya consonant, we suffer. We cause a lot of suffering for us and for other people. Therefore, usually, okay, from number 2 to number 5, it represents our mental, right? The form it represents for the body. From 2 to 5 represent the mental. So usually we do not aware of the impermanence of the body and the mind, the mental. We suffer. But when we understand this, we can avoid a lot of suffering. Don't you think? Asian, don't you think it will help?
Yeah.
When you understand the truth, it will help us avoid a lot of problems. Oh, I'm on more hour of battery. Okay. Okay, but it's almost done. So now let's go back to here. So now we already know, lacking of understanding the impermanence of the 5 aggregate, right? We will suffer. But when we understand it, we easily accept it when things change. Let's say that if we have a sad feeling, we know that impermanent, right? We accept it and we move on. Even though our body get old, right? It's okay because that is the universal law. Everyone have to go through that. We easily accept it and we move on. We don't suffer. So other religion, when we're talking about the 4 noble truths, that means the first truth is the truth of suffering. The second one is the true cause of suffering. And the third one is the truth of ending suffering. The fourth one is the true path leading to ending suffering. But when all the religion hear about the 4 noble truths, they usually look at the suffering, the first truth, and they say that Buddhism is very pessimistic, not optimistic. Is that true? Tell me, what do you think? Do you think that other religions say that Buddhism is very pessimistic, not optimistic?
Yes, I think that's true.
Really?
That they say that. I think they say that, but I don't think it's the truth of them. It's not the truth, but that's what other people probably think.
Yeah, because they do not understand the truth. Therefore, you know what? I heard. I teach one of my teacher student on every Thursday, and he said that the other religion look at the Buddhism is very pessimistic, And also in Hindu, right? They have a saying that for Buddhism, we better not even born, right, into the world, or we should die early, so we don't have to go through suffering. And the way they say that, because they want to what do you call it? They want to make Buddhism look bad. But anyway, but if we, after we understand the Four Noble Truths, because we understand the suffering, all the suffering, that means 8 different suffering, and we also know the true cause of suffering. What are they? That means ignorant and craving. Just like Putin, he very ignorant and greedy. Therefore, he creates suffering. But if he understand that, he will not create that suffering to himself and other people. That's important. What about animal for the human to consume? Sophia, what do you think?
That is not true.
Why not?
Because well, I don't know exactly why, but I know that eating animals are bad.
If they say the animal is for the human to consume, then human is for who to consume? Right?
Mhm.
And remember, animal, they want to die or they want to live.
They want to live.
They have feelings just like us. And also they also have their own family, right? What happens if someone kills one of our family member? What do you think? Very suffer.
Yeah.
The same thing with them. Why we give us the right to harm them, to eat them? Because greedy and ignorant. Therefore, in Buddhism, we respect life. This is love and kindness and compassion. So every being, every living being want to live, not want to die. Okay, all right, we stop right here. And next time I will talk about the 5 evil view. Then from there, we can move on to the second link, and I will come up with a story so you can understand by story. Okay? Okay. Catherine, are you there? Richard, are you there, Richard? Patrick, go ahead and read this one. Patrick, are you there?
Yes.
Good.
May every living being, our mind as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Okay, thank you, Carl. I hope you enjoyed the class. I will see you next week. Yeah. The number you okay.
Okay.
Among
See you next week.
Cảm ơn thầy.
Like I'm on Thai.